Hello, everyone. I'm here to share a collective message, um, as well as it has a little bit of a dream message to it, but a collective channeled message for you guys, okay? So, if you are here, this might be for you. However, if it does not fit, do not force it. Take only what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Okay. All right, let's get into it. So, I'm going to light up some sage, clear the vibes out. Cleanse the aura, purify the space. Spirit, I call upon you to assist in clearing the space, keeping the space clear as I provide this message for the collective, keeping my aura cleansed, and keeping the aura of the collective cleansed, purified. Okay? Now please take what resonates, always. Leave what does not. Be your own leader of discernment when it comes to messages of any and all kinds, especially regarding anything energetic or spiritual, okay? Juice. Okay, so I'm also going to light up this white candle to purify and cleanse as I provide this message. Now, this message might have, this message has a little bit to do with projection. Okay, so, Spirit, I call upon you to help cleanse and purify my aura, my energetic field, and the aura and energetic field of my collective, of all projection, of all lower vibration and frequency, of all lower vibration, or lower or negative vibrations, frequencies, energies, entities, spirits, attachments of any and all kinds. Archangel Michael, I call upon you to help me deliver this message with strength of voice. Thank you. You're always here. And I call upon Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel, I call upon you to help me deliver this message with a strong voice, just as I'm asking of Archangel Michael, but to really put the truth behind this message, to deliver the collective from falsity, from projection, and from negativity. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I had a dream the night of the 6th. Yes, the night of the 6th of October, okay? I walked into a store with a friend, and we went separate ways. The store began to grow busy, and the more that people showed up, the more people kept looking at me. What I was wearing, how I moved, like how I was walking. They seemed uncomfortable with me. They moved out of my way, avoided me, avoided eye contact, and I didn't know why. I assumed it was because I wasn't putting on makeup like all the others. I looked out of place. I wasn't making my skin more appealing, whatever that even means. The friend who came to the store with me walked by and let me her makeup. I put the makeup on my face and immediately regretted it. It didn't even match my skin tone. I didn't even have enough to cover my whole face either. I kept thinking, why the fuck was I putting makeup on? Why the fuck was I putting makeup on my face? I know I don't like how it looks or feels on me. It didn't even... Oh, whoops. I skipped a line. I know it makes me look ugly if I'm not all natural. The makeup was obviously unnatural on me. And it gave people a reason to start laughing at me. I kept myself collected and tried my best not to be bothered by it. It was a simple mistake. People make mistakes. I kept asking for help to get the makeup off, like a wet wipe or a wet paper towel or something, anything, because I felt I looked ridiculous with someone else's makeup on, and I couldn't find anything myself. But nobody would help me find anything to take it off with. Nobody would help me here. Even the friend who lended me the makeup didn't help me find something to take it off. They just told me to wait until I found my own. I truly looked piteous with makeup. Clearly unnatural. Clearly not mine. Everyone else was wearing it, but because the makeup on my face wasn't mine, people were moved to laughter. Thought it was funny. But I noticed, now they were comfortable. Now they wouldn't move out of the way like they did before I was wearing makeup on my face. When I woke up, wrote this message in, and read it back, I understood the message. Okay, 1 second. A message here is to stop attempting to express and move through life in the way other people think is normal or right, just to fit in. Okay? This isn't literal physically for most of you, but that could definitely be part of it, okay? Your uniqueness may steer others away because you walk in your authentic truth with a pride and a grace that others do not feel comfortable to do themselves, or they do not know how to do without feeling supported by others. They feel the need to follow the path of others, to do the same as others, or to make themselves more pleasing in way of expression or lifestyle or connections, whatever, to be supported and to fit in, to have others follow them as well. Or possibly your authenticity and independence is offensive or threatening, so they will allow you, employ you, or intentionally trigger you to act small, needy, or inauthentic as a way to feel better about themselves, fitting you in a box to conclude who you are within themselves, as a way to so-called humble you, as though your self-love and the healing you've accomplished to be authentically expressive is something to be humbled. They will boast as though they know the true way, the right way, while not understanding your way in the first place, not being open to understanding your way. Your reality is not their reality, and vice versa. Their power of suggestion falls short at your feet when you choose not to conform to their desire to control. If you resonate with my collective, you are guided now by Spirit to not act smaller or inauthentic or less bright or anything less than you truly are as a way to fit in or to make others feel comfortable about who you are. Their comfort with your authenticity is not your obligation. That is not healthy, and it is indeed disempowering. Do not take on the projections of others in order to keep their peace. It's not keeping your peace. It's keeping their peace. It's keeping you small. Do not take on these projections. You are not here to prove yourself. Collective, we are not here to prove ourselves to other human beings. We are here to prove ourselves to the Most High, to follow the Most High, not to prove ourselves to another human, especially when they are not open to looking at different perspectives than their own, especially when they are stubborn and set in their ways or in believing that their way is the only way. Okay, you know yourself and your life path best. So continue on your way in your chosen modalities. And I just saw 921 on the timer, which is my number of being on the correct path, being aligned with your path. Your divine journey is between you and God. You and the Most High. You and whatever your Most High is. Okay, it doesn't have to be God, right? Universe, Christ consciousness, the all, the one, Ra, Allah, whatever you subscribe to, okay? Whatever your belief in a higher power is, whatever your faith is. Your divine journey is between you and that higher power, okay? One second, my tea is ready. Okay. Others will think they, others will think they, oh, what the heck? I have a typo here. Oh, okay. Others will think they know you or choose to believe. What is going on? Others will think they know you or choose to believe they know your path and who you are better than you do yourself. They will predict how you will respond to a certain situation and then proceed to gaslight you so that your response or your reaction may fit their assumed predictions and narrative of you. This is an act of projection, okay? All the while, they are purposely attempting to disempower you. And the kicker here, the kicker, is that they are disempowering themselves in this act. Okay. A lack of reflection upon why they choose to project instead of trying to understand why they feel the need to correct someone else's path, the path of another, disempowers their full potential, their path's full potential. Okay? When a person is uncomfortable with incorporating an open mindset to receive understanding of another and their unique journey, they shall project parts of themselves and their path that they dislike upon others, upon you. In a sense, they are trying to understand you here. They are trying, but only in a way that makes sense to them, that is comforting to them, not in a way to learn about another's perspective or to step out of their box or to expand their mental horizons or their worldview. Okay? This is a closed off way of comforting themselves. And you are not obligated to enlist yourself into their projections for their comfort, because that takes away from your own comfort. If you resonate with my collective, when you feel a trigger, when you feel a discomfort, you go within and you take your time to understand why you may be projecting anything outwards. Confirmation from spirit here. You go within. You take the mental, you pull upon your mental power to really ask yourself certain questions here. Okay. This is something I had to do recently, okay, was to pull into myself and ask myself certain questions surrounding external confirmation and acceptance of outside of external humans, not of external or outside forces being higher power or spirit of other humans. Something I had been missing from my most recent inner struggle came to me recently. That my urge to comfort others around my own expression, there laid the struggle, is coming from a desire for support of my endeavors, which is truly a form of disempowerment and lack of confidence in my own endeavors. Okay. And this is something that I've been reflecting on upon the past week or so, maybe a little bit longer than that here. But I have never really experienced genuine support in my life, or at least what I would think is support, what I feel is support. I never experienced it from close connections, those that were supposed to love me and show me this kind of support. Especially since my spiritual awakening, besides one good friend who I will cherish forevermore. So when I shared what I do outside of my spirituality-based group that I am a part of and that I attend to, I shared with them about my tarot readings and dream prophecy. I shared my channel my YouTube, my TikTok. But once I first shared my TikTok, because it was before I had started my YouTube here, right? Um, but when I shared my TikTok and I shared what I do with them, that old desire to fit in reared its ugly head, because I felt others become indifferent with my unusual work. I know that there are many tarot readers out there, and I feel that mine is a little different. I feel as though especially in my own local community, my own local spiritual community, I feel as though I tap into and I read upon and I channel about um, deeper sides of life, more um, like I dive into darker stuff when I'm reading. I'm not afraid to read about certain darkness within oneself and within one's environment. I believe that it's good to know these things. I believe it's good to bring awareness to these things, to not always focus on the light, because then you're lacking an awareness of the other side. I think we need a balance in everything, and I understand that my work can come off blunt or possibly abrasive in some way because of this. And I felt others become indifferent, or there's a possibility that I feared there was an indifference, but I did feel there was a change in the way that I was being approached, or the way that I was being spoken to. In the energy, I could feel an indifference there, a certain rubbing the wrong way. Maybe not with every single person, but definitely many. And the thought that my truth and what I am here to do makes others uncomfortable, and that it's my job to comfort them in that by backing up or off or making my messages more digestible. That that thought wiggled its way back to the forefront, okay? But I have known and should continue to reassure myself that genuine love and support always come from the Most High. Always come from the Most High. The only one you truly need support and confirmation from. Confirmation is your Most High, okay? I asked myself recently, you may want the support of others, the support of a community, but do you need that? Do you need that? Or is that a masked form of external confirmation and acceptance that you are desiring? Okay, I took some time to really think on that, to journal about this. I meditated on this. Okay? Several meditations in a row, I centered myself around this. It was a triggering question, a couple triggering questions here that I'm grateful I asked myself. My acts of comforting others about my unique path and expression was for support of who I am. When I know who I am and the Most High sees who I am, my intention. It was a support for my intention. It was this feeling, this thought that they wouldn't see my true intention, which is always of love, of light, in the name of growth. Okay? Confirmation from Spirit. But this was an act of looking outside of myself and the Most High for confirmation. Of making myself small, my confidence and my knowledge of self smaller, or fitting myself into a box to be understood by others. Okay, I'm going to say this too, because I can feel it cropping up in the energy as I speak about this. Collective, I'm not saying that you desire to be liked by everyone. Okay, if you're resonating with this message so far, I'm not saying you desire to be liked by everyone, so don't take that the wrong way. Unless, of course, that is your case, and you are feeling triggered, then that may be, it may be very useful to take it that way and to reflect upon that. Okay, journal on it, meditate, right? But what I'm trying to do here is offer up an avenue of offer up an avenue to reflect on why you may want to be accepted, where the desire is coming from, where in your body, where in your energy, in your spirit, where in your past or your present is this desire to be accepted coming from? Okay? What I'm trying to do here is suggest that you take a look at, journal, or meditate about what support means to you. Okay, and if your definition in any way aligns with a disempowering need for validation and acceptance. Okay, I had to do this within the past few weeks, week or so. So I urge my collective to do the same, of course. For if you typically resonate with my collective, we live quite aligned, or at least parallel lives to each other. Okay. Living in your authentic truth is not something that it's not always comfortable, because it's not something that will be validated by most, especially if you often travel alone. And this has to be understood in order for you to fully walk in confidence consistently. Okay. People don't understand those that travel alone, that travel on their own, that reassure themselves, that know their way on their own. Okay. That people that trust in the Most High. People don't witness the work that you do on your own. Those times when you go into solitude for weeks or months or even years for some of you, right? So anyone on the outside of you and the divine is not a trustworthy or even relevant source for a relevant source of corroboration. Okay? You need not provide others the room to downplay your work. Internal work or external, 2222 on the timer, or your knowledge of yourself. Use others as a mirror, okay? Always use others as a mirror, and hear an opinion, okay? Hear out what they may say, but when it comes at you in a negative way, or a judgmental way, or a way that someone may know you better than you know yourself, or that their way is better than yours, these are the things that you do not need to allow into your space. You do not need to allow room for these kinds of energies, okay? Don't allow anyone to downplay your work or your knowledge of yourself. The solitude that you have taken, for those of you that often travel alone, right? The solitude connected and keeps you connected to a higher power, to your higher power. Okay, and struggle throughout your life, internal struggle and external struggle, taught you how to lean on that higher power instead of other humans, to have faith that you are always taken care of in every single way by your Most High, by your spirit team and your connection to God, Christ consciousness, the all, what have you, right? Your faith in yourself, your Most High, and your continued guidance from God will not be understood when a person does not have faith, such as a nihilist or an agnostic or an atheist, okay? When they do not have faith in something greater than themselves. When they haven't found a higher power to place faith and hope in, okay? The whole lesson of another's misunderstanding of you and your faith, how you continue to move on your own, is to reassure you of your own faith and to show others that they too can move on their own if they so choose, that they too can rely on and be supported and uplifted by something greater than themselves. If they tap into that, if they connect to that, if they pray, if they continue to pray to that, if they allow the divine, Christ consciousness, God, Allah, Ra, whatever you subscribe to, right? If they allow them to protect them, if they allow them to be there, if they allow themselves to lean on them. Okay, if someone becomes uncomfortable with elements of this unconventional journey that you are on, learn to observe, not absorb. Observe their patterns, observe their reactions, observe their projections. Do not take them on. Do not take them in. They are theirs, not yours. Theirs. Set your energetic boundaries when it comes to these things. Okay? Collective, if it hasn't already become evident or apparent to you, know that you will trigger more judgment and critique from others the more aligned with your authentic truth and more embodying of the divine you become. Okay. For confirmation. Outsiders will create predictions and narratives about your truth, about what your truth really is, and then gaslight you into responding or reacting a certain way to validate their predictions and narratives that they created of you. It's quite the confusing energetic manipulation here, okay? They're steering you into these reactions by invalidating your intuition, making you feel as though you don't know what you're talking about, that you've overreacted, that you've misunderstood yourself especially, that your authenticity is not genuine or that it is wounded. They will choose to misunderstand you. They commit to misunderstanding you so they feel more comfortable with themselves. Okay, because if you achieved a certain point or level of connection to self, the self and to spirit differently than they did, they will feel insecure about their own path. They will overanalyze their own path. This idea society holds that one way, one person, one technique, etc., is better than another when all have a place, okay? They will become insecure about their own path and then proceed to project their own path upon you as a form of control and a form of self-comfort. The control comes from the insecurity, okay? The self-comfort is to soothe that. And this is what will happen if you reach a certain point differently than others. Okay, 1 second. The little thing I got from my tea was the difference between a flower and a weed is a judgment. Okay? This idea that society holds that one way, person, technique, etc. is better than another. This is all a judgment of one's own mind, okay? All people, all ways, all techniques have their own place to serve, their own position, their own importance, okay? Nothing is better than another. The goal of this energetic manipulation and projection that those go through, besides the self-comfort, okay, whether conscious or unconscious for them, is for you to believe that your hard work has been for nothing. And that you are still stuck in a past of needing others to tell you who you are, just as others do, just as they themselves do. The goal is for you to feel as though you do not know who you are, but they do. But they do. And they know the true way that you should be following. The goal is to keep you following the path of another in some way, shape, or form, as this allows them to feel secure and in control again. Because when you step out of line, so they feel, this is a shakeup for them. When you do things your own way, you are not following the leader, or you are not following what they feel is correct. And again, this is all a judgment. This is all a judgment. It's all based on one's perspective, okay? Sorry for my slurping. They come to expect a reaction from you. They hope for a reaction to validate their assumptions that you are on the wrong path, or that they know the right path. Okay? They want to see you as weak. They desire to see you cry and hear you crying out for help as they want you to be unhealed. And in truth, they want you to need them. Okay? Because when you reach a point by yourself, and by your own ways that are not conventional, that others around you are not using, that your environment or your society or the world, what have you, okay? When you are not using these certain modalities that others fall in line to, okay, this creates, again, that insecurity, that shakeup, that instability within, especially within other leaders or teachers. They want to feel as though others need them. Okay, all leaders and teachers want to be listened to, right? So it's understandable, but not everyone is made to follow a leader or follow a teacher or birth for confirmation or subscribe to one modality of journey, of path, of way, of healing, right? However, whenever these projections happen, okay, this desire for control that comes from others who choose not to understand, do understand in your own right that this is not necessarily personal, okay? Sometimes it can be, sometimes it is not. But that doesn't matter whether it is or not, okay? Understand that this is something that arises from a person's own personal wounding. This arises from them, okay? So whether it is conscious or unconscious is not of importance. What is of importance is you not taking on the projections of others. And continuing along your own path, not forcing yourself into a box, not forcing yourself to be smaller or to shine less brightly or to backtrack somewhere that you have already been, okay? Or something, or to follow somewhere that, in some cases, for some people, to follow somewhere that you do not agree with. Okay, this desire of another to see you in misfortune, this crying out for help, this weakness, this feeling wounded, it comforts the others that feel those exact ways I just listed in the goals. The goals of needing another, and here I'll step back and I'll go over those again. These goals of here to make you feel as you don't know who you are, but that others know the true way, or that they know the true way. The goal to keep you following the path of another. Okay? This comes from... Sorry, that's not what I was about to say. These goals here, those ways of not knowing who you are, needing to follow another, needing to look for reassurance from other humans, okay? This is something that they feel subconsciously, and this is why they want you to see you in some sort of misfortune, some sort of struggle here. Struggle to know yourself. Struggle to know your way on your path. Because whenever misery loves company, okay? Truly. It comforts those that are codependent or that desire others to depend on them. When you victimize yourself, you are vulnerable to the projections of others. When you victimize yourself, you're not doing internal work. When you victimize yourself, you are not having faith and trust in God, Christ consciousness, a higher power. Herein lies the core goal. Okay? The center of the opposition, again, whether conscious or unconscious for them, is to disconnect you from the divine, from your truth from your divine truth, the divinity that lies within you, that you so readily and confidently express and walk within. The center of the opposition is to disconnect you from this. Spirituality, I believe, personally, is about forming your own path, your own way in life through the understanding that you are God, whatever your most high faith is, right? Okay, it doesn't have to be God. Again, I have to say that every single time because people get triggered by the word God. When I say God, I mean the all. I mean the underlying energy that connects every single human being. Okay, the one. Just understand that when I say God, okay? But through the understanding that you are God and therefore you create your own reality. This is the goal, personally, in my opinion. Again, my opinion, right? You don't have to subscribe to that. But that it is that you are here to create your own reality. It is to follow the lead of your connection to the God, goddess energy within you. Okay? It is to recognize confirmation. It is to recognize that you are wholly divine as you are. Felt chills with that one. It is to heal and prosper by the power of your divine self, the divinity that lies within you. Okay? Spirituality is self-empowering through the God energy within you. The more you connect to your higher self and your higher powers that be, whatever you subscribe to, the more you become a clear mirror for others, for their shadows, for their lack of faith in God within them and surrounding them within all things. When others don't believe they've done enough work, that they have not healed enough, they will see that in you as, again, you are a mirror. Those that still see themselves as not enough will want you to feel the same. Those that have not healed to the point or in the same area in which you have will want to trigger you to keep you unhealed with them, or to keep you unhealed in the same places that they are still unhealed. Okay? Those that are codependent on other humans for making it through internal challenges will mark you as codependent. Those that spiritually bypass on any level or stay stuck comfortably in one modality will want to check you off as lazy or stagnant. Those that do not fully love themselves will want you to believe that you are the same. Those that believe they are holier than thou, more virtuous, more intelligent, better or higher than others will cast you in the role of having those beliefs. Okay? So forgive them. Pray for them. Send them healing love, for they know not what they do. Okay? A lot of people do know what they're doing, but they don't know the reason behind what they're doing. Understand? Like they understand the manipulation they're trying to project, the internal they're trying to project, but they don't understand why. They don't understand where it's coming from, right? And some people don't know at all. But this is why we're to send them love and compassion and healing and prayer, because these people deserve to have a deeper connection with themselves so that they can greater understand themselves through their own right, through their own knowledge of self, through their own energy, not from outside source or from the reassurance of others, the confirmation of others. Okay, the further down your path you continue, the more experienced lessons you may share for others to learn what you have learned, okay? This does not mean that you project your work onto others, that you force your work upon others, as that would align you with those that did the same to you, collective, okay? Just continue to share your process and what has helped you, and transmute whatever obstacle or projection may be placed in your way. Obstacles or projections that may be placed in your way, okay? Continue doing your work your way. Process as you process, and don't take on the work of others. The way other people process and the way other people journey is for them and their unique path. You don't have to take that on. If they project that towards you, you do not have to take that on. If they try to force that upon you, you set your energetic boundaries and you continue doing things in your own way. Yes, this is going to anger people. Okay, yes, this is going to make people feel indifferent. This is going to make people feel upset. Okay, because of that insecurity that crops up within them that their path might not be the right way. Their path is the right way, it's just not the right way for you. Everyone has their own unique path. That's how it's supposed to be. We are the universe. Humans are the universe experiencing itself through different third density forms, okay? So we all have different perspectives, different, for some tunnels, right? Yeah. These people that act in these ways, though, they're at a point in their life where they don't want you to know your way alone, as that might mean that that might mean to them that you know something that they do not. That's what's causing that's what might cause this insecurity, that you know something that they do not, or that you know something that they do not want you to know. Right? Not always. But sometimes. Knowing something others do not is never a bad thing, as long as you are not gatekeeping and you're open to all questions that come towards you, right? But some people seem to think this is a bad thing. They want others to follow their way, receive their knowledge of path, receive your knowledge of path from them. As every preacher, teacher, authority figure wants to be followed and listened to, but that is their own unique and valid path. That is their own unique and valid mission. However, it is not yours. Yours is not to follow another's, and that is as well unique and valid. Okay, do not allow others to invalidate your path, your process, your journey. We all have different levels and areas of importance, okay, upon this planet. Our missions are all separate, different. Sometimes people are meant to collaborate. Sometimes people's missions are very aligned, or they could be the same because they're meant to work together. But some people, you're not going to have the same mission as everyone. And you need to understand that if others don't, okay? It's important to understand this so that you do not make yourself smaller, so that you do not make yourself less bright, so that you do not end up doubting your own intelligence, your own knowledge, your own faith, okay? Keep your faith in the Most High. You are here to do what you are here to do for a specific purpose, okay? Your mission is not aligned with making yourself smaller in order to help others feel comfortable with you. If your path is that of a leader, that is exactly what you shall do, is lead. Leaders don't follow another person. Leaders lead. They pave their own way. They create their own path, their own unique path, and others learn from that, follow that, get teaching from that, okay? You need not validate the critiques of others about you just to make them feel comfortable about themselves and their mission. Stop trying to make others feel comfortable, as it takes away from your shine, your unique shine. Your shine wasn't made to be comfortable, collective. Okay, you know how whenever you stay out in direct sunlight for too long and you get a sunburn? My point. That's my point exactly. Okay, and as I say this, I will follow with allow others and understand, accept others. Accept people to take a step back from you so that they do not sunburn. Okay, let them tan at their own pace. Let them tan at their own pace. Too much too much of the sunlight, too much of the shine. Okay, a bad burn can hurt. It can burn. Allow others to take a step back. Okay? Allow them to tan at their own pace, as I said, if you get what I mean there. Collective, I understand that you're okay with compromise. I do. Be cool with being cool for the sake of getting along, by all means, absolutely. But do not compromise yourself and wear a mask, okay, for the sake of getting along. Do not wear the makeup, put on a face, right? The dream message at the beginning of this video. Do not dull your self-expression as a way to make others feel comfortable, okay? Making others uncomfortable is your unique way of teaching and leading. If you align with my collective, if you resonate with my collective typically, making others uncomfortable is part of the way that you teach, that you lead, that you help others learn. See, collective, you don't teach as most others do. You don't stand in front of a crowd and preach lessons. If you are a part of my collective, you move through the world authentically, and that confirmation, and that in itself, okay, sharing your experiences and your wisdom from what you have learned throughout your life, that alone is how you teach. Your authenticity, okay? Others learn lessons when they are uncomfortable, just as you do, just as you always have, and you will continue to. Others learn the same way. So making others comfortable with you, with their assumptions of you, with their conclusions of your value and your knowledge, that is the opposite of walking in your divine path. That is the opposite of honing in on your mission's work. Okay, your mission is to be truly and fully yourself. And others will learn from your example, from your passion, from what you choose to share about your life experience, okay? Preaching isn't your path. And guiding isn't either, okay? That part right there in itself might trigger some useful reflection. Preaching, guiding, not for you. Living authentically is. Leading by example is. Okay? Showing people all parts. Allowing people to see what you truly move through. Always listen to your gut and your 6+ senses, as energy never lies, okay? But mouths very well can and very frequently do. This, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the guilt tripping, the making you feel as though you are not enough, or that you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know who you are. Okay? That's the lies that the mouth can project. Okay? You and the divine are the only ones that know your unique path in life. If anyone else does this, okay, if anybody else knows your unique path in life, that is illegal and will have consequences. Okay? But if you resonate with my collective, you pave a way, not follow a way. Your path is very unconventional from the typical path. You collect knowledge from all teachings that you have laid your ears, eyes, and hands upon throughout your entire life. You combine them with your many struggles and tribulations, and you mold all of that together into your own single and unique way. Okay, your experience and all you have learned. You tie that together to teach. Okay, you create your own path that has not been seen. And that is going to be triggering to others. That is going to be uncomfortable for others. That is going to make others feel indifferent or unsure or insecure. Okay? And because of this, please understand that others will not Most others will not understand the unconventional path if they are not willing to be open and learn from you. Okay? And I want to add that especially if you are younger in age, as I am. Okay? Because elders do not want to learn from someone, from younger teachers, much younger teachers, as their ego tells them it is a weakness. Confirmation. Their ego tells them that that it would be silly or useless or nonsense or whatever ego shadow they may subscribe to. Okay? Those that believe in ranks instead of checkpoints, whether consciously or unconsciously, will view you as below them and in turn will view you as unfit or unworthy. And that is okay. That is okay. Confirmation from spirit. They can view you as they want to view you, as you, collective, have awareness that no one is above another. That everything, everyone has its own unique and important position upon earth. Okay? Has their own mission. With this awareness, their lack of acceptance cannot affect you, as you care not about ranks and power. You care not about these things that make another desire to control. Okay? To beat another, to be above another. With this knowing, reassure yourself that you do not have to mold to any other's way of being or living or journeying, etc., etc. Okay? Always be open to learning, but never compromise yourself, your true divine essence. Confirmation from spirit, your true divine spark. Know that it is okay to be unconventional and to be your own niche. Okay? And with that, I close out the message. Thank you for riding along with this message here. I know I was speaking differently, but it's because I have it all pre-typed up here. It took me multiple days to channel this message through and make sure that the message was coming across as the divine wanted it to be, okay, without any part of my ego in there, right? Confirmation from spirit. I had to do a lot of filtering here, okay? And a lot of my own meditation to make sure that I was clear on the message I was providing, okay? More confirmation from spirit. So thank you for sticking around, considering that my expression here was more reading from my page instead of in the moment on the spot, as typically it is. Okay, thank you for sticking around. And thank you for tapping in. I hope this found everyone that it was meant to, and I hope that it found you in a very receptive state. All right. I do offer personal energetic tarot readings. If you are interested in the way that I provide messages, my email will be in the comments as well as in my bio. So if you are interested in a personal energetic reading for $24.44, email me. We will talk. We will set something up. Okay? And until next time, guys, much love. Bye.